you, it's better. I'm Fazal. Okay, I'm Fazal-ur Rehman. Thank you very much, Mr. Mangal, for organizing this important conference on Ehsan Arjemandi. Actually, we have been, together raising our voice for Ehsan Arjemandi, and as his lawyer has been describing the situation, how difficult it was for her to go to Pakistan and raise her voice for his release. So I think at that time we were thinking that maybe he will never be released, but still we were raising our voice in a, a tiny hope of being released by Pakistani authorities, because we know it that in most of the cases the people are not fortunate enough, like Ehsan Arjemandi, that they have come out alive from prison. In most of the cases, they are tortured, not only mentally but physically, and at the end they are, extrajudicially killed in these infamous detention centers, which are spread all over Pakistan. So really, it is a great work of the people like Munir Mangal and most importantly, Baloch Voice for Missing Persons, of course, Baloch Voice Association, Munir Mangal is running. So due to that, hundreds of thousands of people have been released, and it's really, kind of satisfaction for the families and near and dear ones who have been suffering, due to disappearance of their loved ones. The most important thing in these enforced disappearances is that their relatives, they don't know about the victims, where they are, whether they are alive or they are dead. So that's the most, painful situation. And they are passing through the same, psychological problem, they are suffering every day. I have a case of one Pashtun, his son was forcibly disappeared. It was about 5 to 7 years, and every day he used to be very, anxious to know about his, son, whether he is alive or dead. And it's like, every day you have a death in your family. Every day, you are mourning for the victim. And in most of the cases, their children are waiting for them. Their wives are, we call them half widows, they are waiting for them because they don't know whether they are alive or not. They are waiting even for their death. So when that father received the message from somebody that his son is dead now, at that day, he was very happy. The people asked him, why you are happy your son is dead, He said that at least now I know that my son is dead. I'll make the funeral and then I'll bury him. But for the last 5 to 7 years, I was waiting every day for his death. So that pain, that psychological pain, not even for the victims but for the families, it's really, great, and it's intolerable. So thanks to the organizations like Baloch Voice, and even now, there is a phenomenon of Pashtun disappearances also, enforced disappearance for the last 20 years. We are also suffering the same kind of treatment from the Pakistani military as the Balochs have been suffering for the last 70 years, 75 years. So we have also started documenting the cases of enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and torture. And we have been using the UN mechanism like, the independent observers and, different groups like Group on Enforced Involuntary Disappearances to raise our voice. And these groups have been communicating with the Pakistani authorities, informing them about these enforced disappearances. So that these have been very effective. Our efforts, due to our efforts, a lot of people, thousands of people have been released in Fata, and I'm sure in Balochistan. In the morning, I was watching the statistics that this number is very small, but even due to our efforts, still there are so many people that have been released. So I think we should continue our struggle. Munir Mangal, Sadat Shaukat Ali Kashmiri of UKPNP, despite being a political party, but your efforts for the human rights of the people of Pakistan and Azad Kashmir are really commendable, and we are working together, and hopefully these efforts will bear fruits. And one day, as we have been watching, because recently a Chief Justice of the Islamabad High Court, Athar Minullah, he said that the enforced disappearances are a war crime. So I think there is in the judiciary and other quarters, there is a feeling that this issue should be addressed, and it's a kind of war crimes. So we will continue, and hopefully our efforts will bring fruits. Thank you very much, Munir.
Thank you,